Hi everybody, so today I'm going to do a review of the Complete Evangelical Parallel Bible. So what's unique on this one is it features the complete text of the four most popular Bible translations. So we're going to have the King James Version, the New King James, the New International Version, and the New Living Translation 2nd edition. Here is our ISBN number. I know that when I bought this one, I paid about $60 for it, and I'm not sure if you can still get this exact one, but the hardcover is still available, and then also they do now have some imitation leathers, which I think would be better than this bonded. So I'll put some links down in the description box for you to check those out. So here's a little bit of information about this Bible, if you would like to pause and read that. And then I will pause there if you'd like to read about the KJV and NIV. And then we will do the same for the New King James and the NLT. This one is done by Hendrickson Bibles. So really neat Bible. I like the packaging. Comes in a really nice clamshell box. So it just opens up. You don't have to try to pull the lid off. So packaging is very nice. I like the way that they did that. Again, this one is a bonded leather, but you can definitely get it in those imitation leathers now, and also a hardcover. So it is a little bit of a larger Bible, not too huge. I like the size of it, doesn't bother me at all. But it measures out at 9 7/8 inches tall, 7 inches wide, and it is 2 1/4 inches thick. So we've got nice head and tail bands. We've got the gold gilded page edges. And one thing with this not coming over very far, the pages, if you get one and you use it a lot, you might end up with the scuffed gilding, because that's usually the first spot on my Bibles that shows signs of wear, and it's usually because I get it with my fingernail. But on the spine, we've got the Complete Evangelical Parallel Bible, King James Version, New King James Version, New International Version, and New Living Translation. And then we have the Hendrickson Bibles logo. So on the back we just have our ISBN number, and you can see that it is a bonded leather, so it's not going to be anything fancy. It was either this or a hardcover when I purchased mine, and I did have my name put on it, so that's why that is covered up. So on a bonded leather, we're just going to have a typical paste down liner, kind of in that vinyl material, but it does have a sewn binding, so that is very nice. But I'm sure those imitation leathers are going to be nice additions. So here's a little bit of information on the copyright page. So that gives us info there. And it looks like on that NIV, it's the 2011 edition, in case you're curious on that. And then here are some of the ISBN numbers, but then again, I will put links down in the description box, and you can click on those and check out the current pricing. So we're going to have our typical books of the Old and New Testament, and then we're also going to have a preface to all four translations, so that is kind of neat. Then we do have a publisher's preface, so it kind of tells you about this particular edition and why they did this one. But I think this one is really neat. So we've got the KJV Epistle Dedicatory, we've got a preface to the New King James. I can get a hold of these pages. They're pretty thin. Then we've got the preface to the NIV, as well as the New Living Translation. And then we're going to go ahead and get right into the Old Testament. So the format on this one is going to be 4 separate columns. So we're going to have the KJV, the NKJV, NIV, and the NLT. So it is nice if you wanted to compare verses in 2 different translations, and say if you were reading in the King James and you weren't quite sure what something meant. You know, if you were reading in there and something didn't make sense, you could hop right on over to one of these other translations, read it, and it might give you a little bit more clarification. So that I think is pretty neat. And even though this is a large Bible. If I can get a hold of it here, we'll show you that it does in fact lay flat. So we are in Genesis, and even though this is a big bulky Bible, it's laying completely flat. So it is just a black letter text. There's not going to be any red letter, but let me get somewhere here to where I can give you a close-up on the font. The font on this one, online it says 7-point, in one spot it says 8, but it is in fact an 8-point font. But it is readable, even though it is a smaller font. It is easy to read, so if you do need glasses, you know, you could probably read this just fine with your glasses on. I use readers whenever I read anything, regardless of the font size, because I've got macular degeneration, so I need glasses whenever I read anything. But you can see that you're not going to get hardly any ghosting at all. I mean, the camera picks up a little bit. You can see just a little bit over here, but the camera's always going to pick it up way more than your eyes do. So, but just a great way to have 4 translations of the Bible all in one. So if you wanted to get a Bible and you weren't sure what translation you might like, this would be a great option to go with, because then you can read out of all 4 of them, kind of go back and forth, decide which one speaks to you the most, and then you've got all of them, which is kind of nice. It does come with just one ribbon marker, and it was kind of folded up in there. So, but it is a decent ribbon. So I'm glad that it comes with one. It would be kind of nice if it came with 2. I like to keep one in the old, one in the new. But a great Bible for somebody who's wanting to study the Bible a little bit more and get familiar with different translations. This is an awesome one. And the size of it doesn't bother me one bit. I don't mind a large Bible. So we're going to get back here to the very back. So we're back, oops, clear back into Revelation, and we can see how flat that's laying. So even though it's big and bulky, you're not going to have any issues with it laying flat. Looks like this signature might be kind of coming loose a little bit. But the only thing that we're going to have in the back of this Bible, because it is so bulky with all the 4 translations, we're only going to have a table of weights and measures. We're not going to get anything else in here, no maps, none of that. We're just going to get right back to the end of the Bible, and that's pretty much it. This one I did pay $60 for this one when I bought it. I've had it, about 2 years now. But neat Bible. If you're not sure if you wanted to spend the money to get an imitation leather one, you could always go with the hardcover. And the nice thing with the hardcover, bigger edition, is it's going to sit nice on your bookshelf. So, again, this has been the Complete Evangelical Parallel Bible. If you watched my 3 Bible Challenge video, this is one of the ones that I chose that I would take with me in that challenge, because of the fact that I have 4 translations all in one. So that is awesome. And then I did have a subscriber request a review on this one. I believe it was, I believe her name is Tabitha. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly or not. It almost looks like Tabitha, but there's no H in it, so I'm not quite sure how you pronounce your name, so I apologize about that. But I did say that I would definitely get a review out on this one today, and it is a great Bible. So if you're looking at getting a good Bible, you're not sure what translation to go with, this would be a great option for you, because then you've got 4 of the most popular translations all in one, and that would be a great addition to your library. So check the links below on the imitation leather ones. They do have a brown and tan, and they also have a red and gray, and also a hardcover edition. I'll see if this one is still available. I know it's not on Christian Books website right now, but I'll check and see if there's anything on Amazon for it, and I'll link all that below in the description box. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.